Hi, everybody, and hi, my beautiful, precious, one-of-a-kind, unique cosmic sisters, all the way from Mesa, Arizona, and out from the cosmos. And I found you. You found me, maybe. I don't know. Whatever. So, welcome, everybody. And we had a little bit of an interesting start here,
Yeah.
technical stuff, but we are here with you. And, it happens. Pattern shifts, and that's what we are going to talk about today. So, welcome, radiant souls, to another luminous gathering of the Cosmic Sistar Show with Karine and Anne, a space where heartfelt conversation ripples through dimensions and awakens remembrance. Hopefully, right? I'm kidding today. Tonight, we open the portal to explore the pattern shift, that subtle yet powerful movement, inviting us to release the old rhythms and step into a softer, wiser way of being. It is not a sudden leap, but a gentle nudge, a whisper from the universe guiding us toward harmony, balance, and embodied grace. Together, we will weave insights, laughter for sure, and light as we feel the pulse of transformation moving through our lives and the collective field. May this hour remind you that change can be tender and awakening can be kind. Doesn't always need to feel like a challenge, right?
Right?
Today we have Wednesday, April 22nd in US and Europe, and our future Australia is Thursday, April 23rd. And
Yes.
again, we're going to talk about the pattern shift, a gentle nudge into a new way of being. So last show on Cosmic Guardians and Cosmic Sisters was last Wednesday on April 15th, and we talked about what is the cosmic couple. So if you missed any of our shows or want to keep track on upcoming, we go live every Wednesday on YouTube at youtube.com/ at Cosmic Guardians 111 slash streams and youtube.com/ at Angel Place on Earth slash streams. And we stream the replay right after the show at facebook.com/ Cosmic Guardians. So we have a lot of avenues, right? You can always find us.
Yes.
Now, let's take a soft breath together and arrive fully into this moment and dive deep into today's show.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. And as always, the universe gives us an opportunity to experience a shift. And we were playing shift around today. And even hear it with me, changing computers, and I'm having to shift into the old paradigm of writing by hand because my computer refuses to take my dictation. But this is all about change, and a paradigm is when the conscious thought is the pattern that we begin to live by. Um, and we live in each age, and the common thought is how we view everything around us. For
Yeah.
a very long time, people felt the earth was flat. They and then there was the thinking that the sun revolved around us. Then there was the thinking that we revolve around the sun. These are all paradigms that the consciousness carries throughout everyone. But we
Yeah.
also form those paradigms within ourselves. And from the moment that we are conceived until we die, we have a idea of how we should think and what we should do, how we mirror life. And the beauty is that we can change the patterns and change the governing energies that say, well, you did this forever, keep doing it, even though you're not getting anywhere, but just keep banging your head against it. Or shift, and like we did today, we shifted.
Yeah.
We weren't be able to
Yeah.
accomplish
Yeah.
it with that thought. So we literally turned everything off. You went and did your magic and shifted us into another space. And when you do this, yes, it seems very scary because you're letting go of your anchors. But the beauty and the freedom that comes when you see things just a little bit different and a little bit different and then a bigger difference. So
Yeah.
welcome
And
to the shift.
welcome
It's
to the shift. And sometimes the shift today was our technical stuff was that I just checked both YouTube and I saw that we had double up of both. So we do stream in a mobile version, but also the YouTube version. But we had double up of both, right? On both channels. So I removed the oldest. And when we came to the studio, we were sitting here chatting for a while and then wanted to go live and it didn't work. So I had to go back and remove everything. I think I did 7, 8 minutes or something. That's kind of very well done, right?
you know, but you know what? It's time to shine. Change the paradigm. And we can do this.
Exactly. But I think that many people that I'm talking to, at least, not everybody, not generalizing in that sense. So everybody's is stepping into fear, but most of the people and most of us wants things to change. But when we see the change coming and the pattern shifting, we step into fear a little bit, right?
Oh,
But there
yes.
are moments there are moments in life when change does not arrive with thunder. It does not break the sky open. It does not demand attention. Instead, it comes as a soft whisper, a subtle inner movement, a quiet invitation to step into a new way of being. This is the pattern shift. And the only thing we need to do is to be bold and have courage and follow through. That's all. Sounds easy, right?
Like those questions that you give me at the end of the show. Very simple. I mean, the words are very simple, but the profound um, information that has to be kind of reached out and put together. Um, yes, I do squirm a lot, but but this is but this is how we grow. This is how we change the patterns. And in
Yeah,
changing the paradigm, it's not fixed. And yet when we are consumed by it, everybody says that, we the sun rotates around us, so that's got to be true. Well, so and so said that, so that's got to be true. And when you step out of that and say, there's something we need to shift here,
yeah,
it does isolate you for a period of time until pretty soon people are going to recognize that the little subtle things that you're doing have made you happier, clearer thinking, uh, more receptive. And then they begin to think, well, that's not too bad that she's made some changes.
yeah.
So,
No, it's not. The pattern shift, you could actually take it exactly as it sounds. And why it's not a dramatic transformation, it's a shift in here. We are shifting our patterns, our way of doing things. It
yes,
it brings us awareness. So it's not a dramatic transformation, it's a gentle redirection. And because we have the power for ourselves always. So we can always redirect, change um, things, how we think. Doesn't mean that the outer reality immediately is going to change, right? But we
Right.
can change our way of thinking and being and what we want. So I took a route in my life and I'm becoming aware that it doesn't suit me, right? So I'm redirecting things. It doesn't mean that it's a failure. It's not. I tried it. I tried it
Yeah.
out and I became aware this path doesn't suit me. So I rearrange, right?
Yes.
Redirect. And you know, it is the moment when the familiar no longer feels aligned, when the old rhythm feels too tight, when the soul begins to stretch into wider space. So that is when we need to ponder about that, feel it in,
Yes.
redirect, change something small, change your pattern.
Yes. And I really, what you said, it's really resonating a lot more when I realize that each time that I've made a really big shift, it did not come like a volcano going off. It was little things along the way. Now, when I actually made the shift, yes, it was pretty momentous, but it didn't go, okay, I'm going to shift, and then the next day you do it. It was very subtle. It was little things over the time. It was saying, I've had enough of this. Um, this isn't working. Why does this feel uncomfortable? What can I do to make it happen? Um, and the biggest shift that I made was always, complying to everybody else's wishes.
Yeah,
And I didn't realize that that was a pattern with me because it was part of the way that was doing things until I was in a situation where I was asked to do something and I had to financially buy everything to become uh, a manicurist. And I knew the pain that it took and the effort it took for me to get my stuff. And the boss came over and said, well, I want this other person to use your station. And something shifted. And
yeah,
I said, no, that won't work. I literally had one of the other people that work there come over and say, Karine, that's not like you. And all
yeah,
of a sudden,
exactly.
this feeling came over me. And I went to the ladies' room and I go, yes, because I had, and I did not realize that that shift needed to be made because I didn't have the words to put it into. I need to change this so I will be different. But it was happening over time. And then when it was ready to be birthed, then it birthed. And I mean, this is how changing here and changing here
Yeah,
all of a sudden starts coming to changing here. Wow.
exactly. The last step is actually when we see the reality outside of us
Yeah.
changing for us, right? So
Yeah.
this is also pattern shift is also the way to go for manifesting things, right? Because
Hmm.
you are becoming the vibration and frequency you want to attract and manifest, right?
Exactly.
And that is important. If I'm
Yes.
not carrying that frequency and energy in here, it's going to be very hard for me to manifest that which I think I want, right? So
Yes.
I just like you, I had this. many times in my life too. And most of the times, people around me said, "Well, what happened to you? You usually didn't be like that. You can't say no." I said, "Who's saying that I can't say no?
That's
Who's
right.
saying that?" So, am I going to be flat like a carpet, everybody walking on me, for
That's right.
everybody to be pleased? That's not why I'm here. Sorry
That,
for the bad
that's
news, right?
that is so exactly right. And we unconsciously do this all the time, and then we wonder why a situation happens that is probably not the way that we had wanted it to be, and it comes out into a negative. And and then if you really, if you start becoming aware of your thought patterns, did I put that energy out there? This is how we start thinking when you start taking responsibility for your thoughts.
Yeah,
Is
yeah,
there something that I said innocently, like, I really enjoy the people that are helping me in physical therapy? I and I came to the end of my physical therapy, and I said, I'm really going to miss you guys, and I really don't ever want to have to see you again, but I'm going to miss you. Did I set up the paradigm
yeah,
to re-injure my knee so I would have to be with them again? These are really questions that, when you start realizing the power of energy, that
yeah,
innocent thought that you may have had, and we've spoken a lot about, you know, your thoughts are energy.
yeah.
And
And you're be impeccable with your wording, and you could say your wording, the words you tell yourself with your thoughts, they
yeah,
count too.
exactly. But the power is, and I'm going to go, you know, I love to drop into the science. Science is finally catching up with what the mystics have been saying forever, of how human DNA actually influences everything around it. We influence ourselves, we influence our people around us, we influence business, we influence weather. And they had a way of taking and created a vacuum and put human DNA in this vacuum, and put it in with protons. Now, protons, if you have a machine, you can see they're just bouncing all around like this. So they put the human DNA in there. What happened? They cannot explain. The proteins, the protons started following the chain of the human DNA. The human DNA was what motivated the change. Now, if that's happening, the indigenous people that say when you're out of harmony, the weather is out of harmony. When they did an experiment, and this was televised in the show. Oh, just forgot the name of the show. But they took people and they meditated. They were not praying for anything. They were holding energy. They did this in Chicago and LA and New York and in places in Europe. And they had a designated time they did it. They did it for 3 consecutive days. What happened was the stock market rose. Hospitals had half of the emergencies showing up. Half of the crime was not there during these 3 days. This is the power of our pattern thinking, of our ability to change our patterns, change our thinking.
Yes. So an easy way to express what this is, the pattern shift is the soul adjusting. No, is the soul adjusting your inner compass, realigning you with your natural frequency calling you back to your own center, to your own truth. And there's not a million truths, but the soul doesn't carry all the conventions of the world, all those things shouldn't, you have to, must,
Yeah.
assumptions, everything else we've been talking about. So basically, this journey of rediscovering yourself and going through different phases, it's actually really truly simplifying life in a way that once we started on this journey, and yeah, of course, it sounds like it's all pink and roses. No, it's not. But you grow a different way of understanding why things happen, and it gets you excited because I never heard of anyone who actually want to abandon, even though people do abandon out of other reasons sometimes, this path. But no
Yes.
one, I've never heard anyone say that they want to because life gets way easier, right?
Exactly. And when we carry a certain pattern, Louise Hay was very. She wrote this book, heal your life, or you can heal your life. And in the back, she references how different illnesses that are occurring in our bodies can go back to a thought pattern of
Yes,
either
pattern.
anger, fear, or guilt. Okay,
Yes,
and they affect the body and they cause dis-ease. When a person can't let go of things and they hang on to everything, every hurt, every anxiety, everything else, these people have been shown many times to develop colon problems. People that have a lot of I worked with a woman that came to me, and she was having a biopsy on her breast, her right breast. And I specifically say that. And she was terrified it was going to come back cancer. Fortunately, it came back benign. But as we worked utilizing the Reiki energy, she started revealing to me that she was in a very male dominated philosophy, religion,
yes,
and man was it. She had 7 sons, and she was always preparing and feeding and taking care of and everything else. Well, the right side of the body is the male side. The
yes,
breast represents nourishment. She was giving so much and not receiving any nourishment. That side of the body said, I need some attention. Hey, hello. Okay, so this is what I held in my understanding, but I didn't say anything. A couple of weeks into our treatments, she said to me, her husband, who was very staunch in I'm the guy and everything else, happened to say one of their daughters was going through some therapy, and he says, that might help. They started going through couple counseling. That relationship improved. A relationship that she had with her sons improved. The relationship that she had with the other males in her family improved because someone made a shift and
yes,
changed the pattern.
exactly. And the thing is also, many people expect, okay, I know what shift is needed, but I'm not going to make it.
No, no,
I
no.
want, I, no, I want others to do it for me. So it
Yeah.
kind of falls into my lap, ready to enjoy, right? But that's not how it works. And it's not that hard either. It's about becoming aware of yourself, becoming aware. And it's not equal to judgment. You're not here to judge yourself
No.
because we do the best we can. And we talked about that with the four agreements. Our best varies from day to day. So please be kind to yourself.
Oh, yes.
It's nothing to gain from chasing yourself or judging yourself, right? But listen to yourself. And also, when we make shifts and pattern shifts, remember that we have an intention and we do our best, and maybe we do it 3 weeks in a row, and the fourth week we see, oh my gosh, I did it again. No problem. No
That's right.
problem. Don't quit because of it, right? Just continue.
Yes. And I love the philosophy that mistakes are only showing you that that particular way is going to be the way to go. They're not negative, they're not failure. They are just gentle reminders that you're making progress, and you've got that philosophy out of your way, and you've got this idea out of your way, you've got that hardcore pattern out of the way. Now you're ready to make a shift in the paradigm, a shift in the patterns, a shift in your own reality and perception.
Exactly. And the pattern shift is gentle because the soul does not force. There's no such a thing. If we feel anything from the outside, I mean, other dimensions or anything else that's going to force us, that is not coming from love. It's not coming from something positive. So dismiss, because
That's
our
right.
soul is not going to push us ever. It guides, it nudges, it whispers, it opens the door quietly and waits for you to notice. You
That's
may
right.
feel as a new clarity, a sudden ease, a desire to simplify, a longing to breathe more deeply, a pull toward authenticity, a craving for truth. You may notice that certain conversations no longer resonate, certain environments feel heavy, certain choices feel misaligned. This is not a loss, this is refinement. And I want to mention something about these environments, because we live in this world and it doesn't feel over the top comfortable always to be a sensitive person to pick up things, right? But on
Right.
another note, it's the way forward. We need to come through that phase too, and everybody's going to master that thing. It doesn't mean that we go in total loneliness and we detach ourselves from interacting, because if we don't interact, then we miss out the possibilities for learning. Because here's the thing, relationships of all kinds are the greatest mirrors, not always the comfortable mirrors. They are mirrors, right?
Yep. Yep. And and sometimes the uh, uh, the one that is the most irritating, and how can that and everything else, and you go, I would never do, and then you go, ah, but I can see how I am doing some of those patterns. Now that I have an awareness, I can make a conscious change to shift those patterns. And,
Exactly.
you know,
Oh, sorry, I get so eager
that's
because
okay. That's fine. That's perfect.
without that awareness, you can't really shift, can you? You need
No,
to become aware first. You need to see.
yes,
And maybe sometimes we feel it feels uncomfortable to see, but we can twist and tweak that too towards the other side. It's a blessing to see. It's
Yes.
awakening.
Interesting when we're a child and we're not aware that walking is the greatest thing in the world. We just automatically start moving towards that goal. We don't get upset if we fall down. We climb on things, we explore things because that is our nature. And then when we come into the age of awareness where we start comparing our progress to someone else, that's when we start doing the, oh, bad me, better, need to be better. And if we can, in some way, embrace whatever we're doing that's new through the eyes of a child and say, let's explore. Let's try this on for size. When we go shopping, we try on things. Oh, this doesn't fit. Oh, that. Oh, this is really the best one. So have that gentleness with yourself and don't compare what you were yesterday to today. Don't compare yourself to someone else because we are the most beautiful thing individually, and loving ourselves allows us to make these changes. Oh, terrible me, I made a boo-boo. No, I think that's funny because I'm human. I'm perfectly inhuman. And
Exactly. And you are, as your one of your, I love the way you say this. I am perfectly imperfect.
absolutely.
Because
Yes,
at the end of the day, who decides what is perfect or imperfect?
that's right. That's right.
Who decides?
And looking at yourself without judgment, saying, well, you could have done better, you could have this. Oh, sure, you could. Yeah, yeah. But you know what, at the end of the day, it is what it was. And on Monday, I was talking to a friend, and rather than saying, oh yeah, like this, I said, today was really real. You know,
Exactly.
and
And
it was real there, and it was real there, and I thought, okay, this is a very real day. Um, and then I
le-
let it go.
yeah, go. Okay, sorry. I get so eager.
I know.
Sometimes, many patterns are, and the way conventions, how we perceive things, they are so very close connected to culture and things, right?
Mhm.
Family, traditions, you name it.
Yes,
And it's interesting to see that many people, they can't say yes or no. They feel bad if they say no. So they try to slip away in different ways instead of just saying it because they feel bad saying it. I'm not going to hang someone out online today, but we encountered such a situation, um, trying to slide away without answering. Um, I think it's something good that we can train on. It doesn't mean that we have an attitude or we are aggressive or we're bad or we anything, but we have the right to say no
exactly.
if we cannot do something. Because why are we? And I've been doing this much in my younger years. I always adapted because I had so many places to live by at.
Yes,
So
yes,
I adapted a lot. And I tried to escape things without really saying what I felt. And when I did, oh,
excuse me.
it's okay.
So, hey, Fiona, Fiona, come. She doesn't do that, but somebody rang my doorbell, and I
Yeah.
apologize. Oh,
No, it's okay. It's okay.
thank you, Fiona. You did a good job. Yes,
She's all she's authentic.
she
Yes.
is. Yes.
And adapting, kind of lost track here, but it's no problem. When we instead of being authentic and say that I can't because I just can't. And there's another thing going around, at least where I have been spending my time, Sweden and Greece, and um, if we take countries, in both countries actually, it's funny when you say no, there's a sense that you're not supposed to, or if you don't tell every secret you have, you're not a good friend or a good person or a good family member or what. So that is some of the pattern shifts I made, rethinking, redoing, awakening, and not judging myself for not wanting to express everything. And we learn as we go along. We
Yes.
learn.
And the beauty is that we have we made the choice to help ourselves learn how to make these pattern changes. We became more authentic. We practice loving ourselves and trusting our intuition. We practice what we preach in order to make a pattern shift. And
Yeah.
it's been a journey. It, as you said, it doesn't, you don't get up and say, okay, today I am going to wear the authentic person and tomorrow I'm going to do this. You earn it through the time and the
Yeah.
effort that you do. But the first shift came was something doesn't fit. This
Yeah.
is, and you listen to those nudges, and you don't fight them. You allow
Yes.
to find an
Allow.
opportunity and able to refine them and to find a different way of thinking.
I,
So,
I I also learned something else that I actually use if I'm being pushed, because that happens. Sometimes even we don't really know exactly, am I going to say yes or no to this, right? But someone is pushing hard because they want you to say yes and go with it, right? So
right.
you know what I say? If you're going to push me, that's a no right away. But if you
Yes,
leave me to think about it, I may consider it. But you need to leave me alone to think about it.
exactly. That urgency to comply to their way of thinking is a
Yeah,
very great indication, but you have to be a person that knows how to be aware of these
yeah,
little signals. Otherwise, you just comply, comply, comply. And and learning to work in a situation is different than just constantly being the, oh yeah, I can do that, yes I can bake those cookies, yes I can handle that, yes I can pick up your kids, yes I can do this, and then you have nothing left to give. Old
exactly.
oriental saying, cannot pour tea from empty teapot. So if you don't
No,
take time to take care of you, you've got nothing to give.
no, exactly. And today I would be, if someone would push and try to do their thing and kind of sit on me or whatever, how you express that, right? I would
Yes.
say, hey, wait a minute.
Well,
It's not your decision, it's mine. Okay?
exactly. And we've spoken about boundaries. Boundaries are not impenetrable walls. They are just saying, stop.
Yeah,
Let's redefine this. Um, and there's times when you have to close that gate uh, to certain toxic
yeah,
personalities. And I had a client say to me, well, that's not very loving of you to do that. And in the good book, it says that you should love everyone. And I said, wait a minute. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yes, we love everyone unconditionally, but we don't have to be around that person. I don't have to be around people that are doing horrific, terrible acts to children and doing those things just because I am a loving person. No, I don't need to be in that toxic relationship. I need to surround myself with people that are wanting to do something on a higher vibration. So you can't just put it in there. Well, and as you said, we've been trained to do that
Yes,
as you wish,
exactly.
you know. And when I
Specifically as women,
ask
specifically as women. Yeah.
exactly, and it is kind of uh, revealing when someone says, "Well, that's not like you," and you go, "Yes," you know.
And the beautiful thing with life and when we show our intention is that we're going to come to places where we can actually be taught and learn what we need to see, right? I've
Mhm.
been for many years in my life, I was the very kind, loving
Oh,
person that rarely said no, right? And then I came and worked at a train station for 4 years, selling tickets, encountering hundreds and thousands of people each and every shift. Maybe everybody didn't actually need to buy something from me, but they showed a card or they passed or they something, passed through. And in the beginning, I was shocked how people behave.
mhm.
Then I got very, very, very formal because we had um, uniforms that was for the company, right?
Yes.
And the last year at the station, I just had it. I was so tired. I said, I'm done with this. I'm not doing this anymore. And then I
Yeah.
started working inside the office, a different style, you could say. Stressful work, nice, but wonderful colleagues. So that was like having the icing on the cake. But sometimes when we are a little bit tenacious or we are a little bit stubborn, we don't see things. We get the best education. I'm happy for those years because they
Yes.
taught me so many things. And I was also reminded of my redhead grandmother with freckles, her temper. She had a temper, I can tell you. She had a way of saying things
Yeah.
um, when she felt for it. And I remember when I was a child, I thought she was very, to the point, maybe sometimes over the top to the point. Could
Yeah.
have been a little bit more, but she had going through so many things too, and she didn't have that patience to listen to drama or listen to stupid things that she considered, right? So she just cut it off immediately.
It's amazing, uh, with moving up the ladder of life, there are things that you no longer are maybe easily able to do, and you go, "Oh, I remember when." But one of the perks of living as long as I have is that we know that I don't have 25 or 40 years to let you get through your crap. Let's get this resolved now. And I don't have the time or the energy to hear you doing and and as we mature, we are able to say, okay, what is the resolution? Like, I'm ready to get to the point, you know, I don't need the trauma and the drama to go with it. Just give me the facts. And so
Exactly.
there are a couple of perks of climbing the ladder. And I figured I've got maybe 25 more years. That'll put me at 104 or 5 or something like that. But, you know,
You're going to get there, and I'm going to be with you, I promise. And you know what? The funny thing is that we think that if we make these pattern changes and shifts, we are not going to be loved. That's the fear, right? Because we
it
are
is.
taking a little bit more space for ourselves, but it doesn't mean I'm I still have everybody that I want in my life to be there.
That you want and
Yes,
choose in your life. That's the difference.
yes,
That's the
exactly.
difference. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. You know, my feeling is let's shine. Change the paradigm. We are limitless. We are divine. We are more than flesh and blood. We are the cosmos. We are the stars. We are the universe. Remove the limits, the I can't into I can.
I can. That's good.
Yes,
And if you can, and if I can, everybody else can.
exactly.
Maybe we are not going to be experts on the same things because we are unique, but we can, no matter
Yep,
what. There's nothing we can't do, right?
yep. And become the expert on yourself, not in a way of condemning, but saying, okay, I really want to polish that. I want to shine in that. I want to be able to do this. How do I do that? I'll love myself, and then it will be easier for me to make the adjustment and to allow for the possibilities. I love that word. And this is what we came here to do: is to have a full experience. And the more in touch with ourselves, that is where it all changes. Nothing happens. We cannot change what's going on in the world until each heart changes,
Exactly.
each person changes. And it begins right here, right here.
Yes, yes. And if someone else can, then you can. We all can. Maybe we have our own style of doing things, our own way of doing things. So if 100 people is going to do one task one way, maybe that's not suitable for you. Find your own way
Exactly.
because you can. You
Yep.
can. Well,
Yes.
are you feeling the heat?
I'm feeling the heat in the seat. I really am. And uh, so do your best, my lady.
So this is the hotspot for Miss Kareen, but as we explore this theme, we have a few reflections that help us into the shift, right? These reflections are for all of you watching and listening as well, not only for us. So think about this, ponder it, feel it. So, first question: what does the pattern shift mean to you personally in this moment of awakening?
In this very moment, that is interesting that you phrased it that way, because as we've stated before, the the path of changing patterns, it opens the possibility of other patterns being opened. And it's like every day we get a different box and it says, okay, open me, open me, open me. And this is the way it should be, because we open our boxes in small increments. I always ask the universe, if I need to learn something, give it to me in little tiny bites. Don't hit me over the head with a 2x4. And I think this is important, that we realize that wherever we are on our path of self awareness, we're always going to have the opportunity to glean more information, to polish this off. And it's a never ending opportunity of beauty.
No, it's not. It's perfect. And, for me, pattern shift in this moment, it means sometimes taking a step back. That's how I express it.
Yeah,
And just pondering and watching and feeling and taking it in. What am I going to pick and choose? And it's probably that why I feel so strongly when I'm being pushed. I don't take that anymore. I just don't do it. So
yeah,
I say straight away, if you're going to push me, that's a no. If
yeah.
you leave me to think about it, I may actually come your way, but I'm not sure yet. But don't push me. That's going to
That's
bring you a no right now. So just taking the space for oneself, I think,
yes,
and feeling things. And we talked about this too. It's a continuous journey. We are discovering new layers of ourselves on a daily basis. Life means that we are presented with so many opportunities and possibilities to reflect all the time, to encounter things. And that's perfect. Is Fiona happy? Yes, she's happy.
yes, yes. All of a sudden, my my nose decided to join in with the in with the celebration. Excuse me. I thought I had these
That's
handy.
okay.
Okay. Ah,
Okay.
see, you never know when you break a
Yes.
pattern. You know.
So, second question. How can we recognize when an old pattern is ready to dissolve with grace rather than resistance?
Well, recognizing an old pattern, and they come in different colors and different shapes. But when you get good at and going, oh, this feels oddly familiar, and it's causing me to kind of shift and wonder what's going on. Um, and then being able to sit back. I love the way that you say you just take a breath, you stand back, you look at the situation, because we don't always have to just dive in and start resolving. If everybody got in the habit of before they open their mouth, especially in a situation that's kind of heated, and just stood there or sat there and listened and took a couple of breaths and realigned their energy, they would they would be able to hear things differently
Yeah.
and see something different. I think I got a little off track on that one, but but taking that,
No,
you know,
it, it was beautifully expressed. Beautifully. So, yeah, because I want to pinpoint resistance a little bit because when we are in resistance or something, that means we cannot really dissolve it with grace. And it means that it still affects us.
yes,
So for me, that means that when I know that I'm not being affected on an emotional level or in any way, being angry, sad, or whatever, that means that I kind of released it, right? And I dissolved it, that
yes,
pattern. When I hold on to resistance, and I've done that, I don't know, many times in my life, and I realized that I'm getting it back over and over and over and over and over again. Sometimes I have been feeling like a million times. It hasn't been a million times, so I'm exaggerating, but it can feel that way, right? because when we are in resistance, we hold on to it. It's as simple as that, right?
Yes.
So we can't
Exactly.
really release.
Yeah.
Third question. What role does gentleness play in creating lasting transformation?
I would have to say almost everything. um, when you are gentle with yourself and realize that it is a process and it's not a punishment. I never realized how much I appreciated uh, the little babies I had because I was taking care of little babies. But now that I look back on how really gentle they are with themselves, they do things, and it's just because of exploration. It's because of curiosity, and they don't do it because of somebody's time schedule or somebody's you have to this way. So when they do things, everything is done just, oh wow, this is amazing. Anytime that I've ever taken a class, if the person that is leading the class has a gentle approach, I am going to hear things that I never heard before. But when it comes to me viciously and have to, and right now, like you said, when somebody says, make the decision right now, you know, I need you to do this right now. That is when, no,
Uh-uh.
it's not going to
No.
happen.
Nope.
Nope, nope,
And it goes this way. Nope.
exactly. You know, so
And
there used to be an expression, talk to the hand. Well, talk to the hand.
yeah, exactly. Well, how do divine masculine and feminine energies dance together in this new way of being?
Ah, blissfully, blissfully, because they've eliminated the urge and the need to be in competition. They become in cooperation. They come in consideration. They come in uh, embracing the richness of each other and allowing that particular energy to really become what it has the potential to become.
Yes.
So it's beautiful when you really are, even with yourself, you're looking at what is it that I feel that I would like to do. Well, let's do it gently. I mean, it's going to take effort. It's not going to just be a poof. But if you do it gently and not force the situation, it becomes a part of you. It becomes a rhythm. It becomes an energy, a frequency. And it's like when I use the singing bowl. If I do it gently, but if I were to strike that hard, it's going to it's not going to have that frequency. So gentle. Oh, I love it.
Yes, and masculine and feminine, yin and yang, other ways of describing that, right?
Yes,
Balance, feeling fullness, feeling that you feel more fulfilled because we all have masculine and feminine energies, and we
yes,
need to embrace both of them because
yeah,
we are both, right? So
yes.
that's perfect.
And a lot of
So,
times people's challenges come because they're fighting that. Uh, and well, I can't be that way. I can't be this way. I can't be that. And I'm not talking about genetic changes and stuff like that. I'm talking just the thought pattern that you have when your masculine comes up and says, okay, I've got the power to get this done, and your feminine says, oh no, we have to say yes, we have to be kind, and no, embrace it, because that part of you is giving you the ability to do what you need to do to get out of that pattern. So just love them all.
Exactly. Yeah. We have so many things we are fed as children and taught. This is how you should be, you know,
Yes.
and that's it. Follow the crowd.
No.
So, last question. What simple daily practice helps you stay aligned with the rhythm of this shift?
Ah, my my daily pattern is several things. The attitude of gratitude. When I get up, I am grateful for the bed I slept in. I'm grateful for, the covers I may have had last night. I'm grateful for the food that I'm going to eat. I'm grateful for the sun that's rising. And this is all done in a meditative way. I don't have to be sitting doing Om to meditate. I sit out and I enjoy my garden. I enjoy the fact that I'm getting more bees in my garden now. I'm seeing more birds because I have created a place of sanctuary for them. Um, but I would have to say a gratitude of attitude, forgiving, and realizing that we're all on this journey of being perfectly imperfect, and then meditating on these. I think these are the things that are my strongest go-tos in this situation.
Yeah, yeah. And I think that is beautiful because, again, we don't need to judge ourselves or others either, right?
Right.
And it means that, okay, if I have someone close to me that's going to misbehave and treat me badly, yeah, I need to consider what I'm going to do with that. But that's the choice that I have the
Yes.
right to make, to feel safe and secure and loved and everything of that nature. But also, people deserve actually to have more than one chance. So, not dismissing someone because maybe they were not their best version that particular day, may be a good person. If you don't know them, get to know them first before you dismiss them, if you want to.
Mm,
And if you feel that after kind of plenty times, you feel that I don't feel in alignment with this person, well, detach.
yes. And as we have talked about several times, humor and having fun in a relationship is kind of the it's kind of like the oil that keeps things flowing. And if you can get to a place where you can end the conversation, where you're embracing everything, and then throw just a little dab of humor in there, and then a lot of laughter, uh, that really helps resolve many things. It really does. I laugh a lot.
Humor and laughter cuts a lot of energy
Yes,
and many different energies. So you are basically just distracting the energy. Good, perfect,
exactly.
right?
Yep. Yes. Oh.
So I do you want to read the affirmation?
Well, because I'm experiencing computer patterns that aren't quite
Okay.
set, I don't have that in front of me, but I would love to read it if I had it. But I am saying,
Okay.
please read them. I will love the words.
Okay. So I start with this first, and as these earlier reflections we just made settle in our hearts, let's anchor the energy with a gentle affirmation. I breathe in softness and exhale resistance. I allow the new rhythm of life to guide me with grace. Every gentle shift opens my heart to harmony, balance, and divine flow. I am safe to evolve, free to shine, and ready to embody a new way of being.
Whew.
May these words echo softly within us as we close our circle tonight. If you don't want to mention anything else, is there
Ah,
anything else we want to talk about before we end?
um, I am being asked to do a very quick light activation. Um, and if no one has ever seen this done, it looks a little strange, but the energy is real. And uh, this is to help with that pattern change. So may I do my little thing here?
Please.
Hare chitta ne eva tota se nava eota tam shika ata hale utu parayama sutata mai iki nene mito a huarai chite su ma. Okay, thank you, thank you.
Thank you. I could feel every part of that.
Okay.
I have the goosebumps. Strong.
Oh, okay.
So thank you, everybody. And I know that you probably felt that too. I know you did. So here we go again. You can find upcoming and past episodes at youtube.com/at Cosmic Guardians 111/streams and youtube.com/at Angel Place on Earth/streams and angelplaceonearth.com/upcoming-past. Connect with me and Corinne, read articles, find more about us, and how to connect with Corinne at angelplaceonearth.com/cosmic guardians and find Corinne Mooney at liquidenergyhealing.com. You can find our series. We have currently two series, the Four Agreements and the Celestial Prophecy. Found our series at angelplaceonearth.com/series-cosmic-guardians.
Wow.
And our next upcoming show on Cosmic Guardians and Cosmic Sis-Stars is going to be next Wednesday, April 29th. And we talk about the magnetic, mysterious, and sometimes maddening energy of obsession. That's going to be a juicy one.
Oh,
Oh, oh.
oh. Ah, yes. That's a heavy one. Yes, but we
That's a
will
heavy
handle
one.
it. We will handle it with humor and grace.
Exactly. So we go live for you every Wednesday in US and Europe and every Thursday in Australia. And in Australia, it's going to be very early morning, but anyway, we are there for you. So as our hearts settle into the stillness after this shared exploration, may we carry the essence of tonight's conversation, the reminder that transformation need not to be loud or to be profound. Each gentle nudge, each breath of awareness moves us closer to harmony with the rhythm of our soul. The pattern shift is already unfolding within us, whispering of balance, beauty, and new beginnings. Until we meet again, may your days be guided by softness, your choices by love, and your path illuminated by the quiet brilliance of your own being. With infinite love, peace, and joy, we see you, we hear you, we honor you, we love you, we appreciate you.
Yes.
Namaste. Thank
Namaste.
you.
Thank you.